One of the next big team-ups in the MCU, of course, before we inevitably get Avengers Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty and all that stuff, we are first getting Marvel Studios' The Thunderbolts. And you guys know this is a project I've been super duper excited for years, even since before it was actually announced as an official movie and got a director and all that stuff. I've just been excited about the idea of the Thunderbolts taking some of our favorite Marvel villains from the MCU, from past films, from past Disney Plus series, some new characters that will be introduced in the coming years, bring them together for basically Marvel's Suicide Squad. I think that's just going to be really cool and really fun to see, especially seeing that this is probably going to be a pretty big scale movie when it comes to the MCU as a whole, because this is going to be the big ending to Phase 5 of the MCU. We kind of have a triple threat right there at the beginning of 2024 with Daredevil Born Again, Captain America New World Order, and then concluding it with the Thunderbolts. So who knows what's going to be going on here when it comes to the story and all that stuff. Of course, we've all been theorizing about members of the Thunderbolts, what different characters, what different villains will be returning. Obviously, some of the top picks are Baron Zemo, U.S. Agent, Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova, aka the new Black Widow. We got Taskmaster, Ghost, maybe hopefully bring back Justin Hammer, have maybe Agatha Harkness in there. Abomination with his setup on She-Hulk, maybe possibly get Red Hulk as well. Now, Kevin Feige has said that there's going to be other characters that we haven't met in the MCU yet that will also be members of the Thunderbolts team as well. And one of those characters that I think will be perfect for the MCU Thunderbolts is Songbird. Because Songbird is one of those classic members of the Thunderbolts from the comics. She actually, of course, started off as a villain known as Screaming Mimi, and then Melissa Gold when they came up with the whole Thunderbolts idea, which, of course, in the comics, the original kind of idea of the Thunderbolts was Baron Zemo leading this team of villains disguised as heroes, and that's when she took on the persona of Songbird, but then she ended up kind of getting redeemed and actually ended up becoming a hero, and I think eventually joined the Avengers. So I think Songbird would be a great character for the MCU. I would love to see this character. And now we have a new report from Giant Freaking Robot that supposedly Sadie Sink is in talks, or possibly already signed on, to join the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Melissa Gold, aka Songbird, for the MCU Thunderbolts movie. Now, Giant Freaking Robot is usually not the best source, so definitely take this with a huge grain of salt, or actually tiny, minuscule grain of salt, I guess would be the more proper thing to say in this situation. But either way, just consider it a rumor for now, but I still want to talk about it anyway because this is such a cool idea and a casting that I love so much. Because, you know, obviously Sadie Sink, she's best known for Stranger Things, playing Max on Stranger Things. And I've always been a huge fan of Stranger Things, especially after season 4, but specifically now Max and Sadie Sink's performance in Stranger Things Season 4 was just phenomenal. It just absolutely blew me away. Max went from a character that I was like, alright, yeah, she's cool, to being literally, I think, probably my favorite character from that show. Just her whole role, her whole performance in Stranger Things Season 4 was just beautiful and absolutely brilliant. So, Sadie Sink is an amazing actress, so of course I would love to see her join the MCU, and I think specifically Songbird is a really interesting character, because, you know, since Stranger Things Season 4, I've seen a lot of people fan casting Stranger Things actors in the MCU, specifically Sadie Sink, and probably one of the biggest ones I've seen is her as Jean Grey, since we know the X-Men is coming, but you know, I don't think she's old enough for that. Now, it could be the same case here of, like, is she really old enough to play Songbird and be on a team of Thunderbolts with all these other actors and actresses that are, you know, 30 plus years old? But when it comes to Songbird, aka Melissa Gold, I feel like this is a character that could be on the younger side because she, again, in the comics was the first one to kind of redeem herself and actually become a hero and become less of a villain through this whole journey of being a member of the Thunderbolts. So I feel like if you're going to do a Thunderbolts movie and if you're going to have Songbird, I feel like she will kind of maybe be the heart of the film and will be that kind of emotional soul and that kindness that you gravitate towards, possibly even our main character and our protagonist, even though it'll be obviously an ensemble film. But I think she could be kind of the lead character, especially if this is a newer character of the MCU, possibly even her debut movie. She could be the new main character of the Thunderbolts, and kind of taking on a similar role to what we saw from Ratcatcher 2 in the Suicide Squad, where again, she was really, really the heart of that film, and that's what I really want from Songbird in the Thunderbolts. And especially if you have a younger actress in the role, then you feel for her even more, and especially if she has like a tragic past, origin and all that stuff, especially seeing that she became a villain and went to a life of crime at such a young age, that could be really sad and really heartbreaking, which would then, make us attached to this character, really care about her, and how she hopefully survives the film. And then if she does, which hopefully she could not only go on to lead the Thunderbolts like she has in the comics and just continue on in this Thunderbolts franchise, but also, like I said before, possibly go join the Avengers. I think that would be great as well, for her to fully become a hero. And also, another thing when it comes to Songbird is I just think this would be a really cool character to see in live action, because if you're just looking at some of these images here, just imagine this. She has like this crazy superpowered sonic voice that allows her to fly, like literally create sonic vocal audio wings, and just like that pink crystallization just I think would look really, really cool on the big screen. This is something I would absolutely love to see. But again, it is just a rumor for now, so of course, take it with a grain of salt, consider a rumor at this point in time until we get official confirmation from Marvel Studios. We don't know if Sadie Sink is going to be joining the MCU. We don't even know if Songbird is going to be a part of the Thunderbolts, but I really, really do hope that she is, and I really, really do hope that Sadie Sink is cast in the role, because I think she would just be perfect for this, and it is perfect time to bring this character to the Marvel Cinematic Universe so that we can have this big, ultimate team-up of the Thunderbolts. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this possibility of Sadie Sink playing Melissa Gold, aka Screaming Mimi, aka Songbird, in the MCU's Thunderbolts movie? So anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life.